Despite record gun sales, a run on ammunition, and packed gun shows, apparently, according to the latest studies, gun ownership in American households is on the decline. It's actually down to 32%, down from about 50% in the 1970s. So what's really going on? Well, I'll talk about that and a lot more. There's reports that, the percentage of Americans who own guns have been dropping. And I thought that was pretty fascinating. Especially when you look at the source of the polls, the Violence Policy Center, which some anti-gun organization telling us that less and less Americans are owning guns. Less and less percentage of Americans are owning guns, and the people who do own guns simply own a lot more, and that explains the increase in gun sales. No, man, there's a lot of newbies buying guns too, right? They're telling us that, it used to be like around 50% of Americans own guns, but now because of a lot of single mom homes and young people are less interested in them, gun and less hunting, and I guess there is less hunting, but man, when I went up into northern Michigan, well, Gladwin, it seems like every damn body was hunting, but I guess it's just that area. But I mean, what do you think? Do you actually think that gun ownership is dropping as far as percentage of Americans who own guns? It's interesting. I'm starting to see more minorities get into it now. I'm starting to see a lot more blacks, a lot more Latinos, even a little bit more women, So, I mean, what's the deal? How come we have a lot more gun sales? How come we have a lot more people of color showing up for these CCW classes? I know there's a lot of people getting CCWs in Detroit. It's sort of interesting. Do you really buy into all that? Is there less gun ownership? I think there's less trust in the government. I think there's less trust in institutions overall. So I think people are less likely to actually report honestly what they have on me, because if somebody calls your house in a cold call, asking you, do you have any guns in your house or in your garage? Like most people who own guns probably aren't going to really get into that, especially if they probably don't even want to complete the interview. And the people who complete the interview may be more likely to be the type of people who don't own the gun. So maybe that's why they have the numbers that they have. I don't know. I could be wrong. What do you guys think? Is gun ownership decreasing here in America in terms of the percentage of Americans who own guns? And if so, why? Do you think it's because there's a lack of fathers in the homes? There's a lack of hunting, skills being transferred from father to sons? What do you think is going on here? It's interesting how they highlight hunting. Liberals always highlight the anti-gun people, I should say. Because not all liberals are anti-gun, but they always incorporate hunting into the explanations for a lot of things related to guns. But, a lot of people are just getting guns for just self-defense. So it wouldn't matter if hunting was becoming less popular. So, bottom line, this is basically propaganda. You have an anti-gun bias media pushing the anti-gun agenda by using deeply flawed and biased studies from organizations that have an anti-gun agenda. And they're trying to argue that the politicians that stand behind the Second Amendment are bowing to the will or the demands of a small group of people, and that's simply not true. They're trying to argue that all these record gun sales are just basically the same people buying more guns. Well, a lot of us are buying more guns, but there's a lot of new people in this. And this has been going on even before Obama got into office. Look at 2005 to 2006 in terms of NICS background checks. They had an increase of over 1.3 million. It went from 8.9 million background checks to 10 million background checks in 2006. Okay, long before Obama even got into office. So we're looking at record gun sales every year. Last year we had an all-time high of 19.5 million background checks. Absolutely incredible. So, the propaganda won't end. They just lie and lie because they don't have any rational arguments, any really sound arguments against the Second Amendment. So, there you go. Hey guys, welcome back. Quick channel update. I've been enjoying myself. I actually helped Nick out for an event in which an organization donated some tickets to a performance, a tap dance performance, music concert for the kids in his neighborhood. And he's very much involved in his neighborhood, and he's always chaperoning as the adult there when they go swimming or whatever. So he does a lot of that community stuff. And sometimes I join him, and I joined him for this occasion, and I was there to make sure to keep the kids in check, you know, because sometimes kids get a little active, a little rowdy, but you know, it went fairly well. You know, and actually I was surprised by the performance. I actually really enjoyed the tap dancing. You know, I'm familiar with people like Gregory Hines and his legacy, but you know, I was surprised to see all those students, those kids on stage doing such a good job. They did a really good job. They had some professionals there that were really laying down some great beats. It was pretty, it was pretty good. I was really impressed by it. They had some good singers. There's one lady who could really sing. This one guy, you know, he sang some Stevie Wonder songs. So yeah, I was really impressed with it. It had some poetry, and you know, it's nice just to relax and enjoy some art. And you guys know I love to go to art museums. I'm gonna try to get down to Cincinnati, check out their zoo. I love Detroit Zoo. I'm gonna try to do more videos like that. But I gotta make sure I get the O2 sensors all replaced in my van. Yeah, I only replaced one, so I got 3 more. Actually, I also bought another one, so I only have to really buy 2 more. But those are some of the things I'm gonna be working on. You will see more music reviews, more reviews on just different stuff, because there's a lot of different things that I like, and I think variety is the spice of life. As Tom Leykis said. I finally put a muzzle brake on my Wasser 10. It's a $10 or $12 Tapco muzzle brake. Just to give you a look right there. My friend Nick says that his muzzle brake, the exact same type, actually helps him with his follow-up shot, so I'm gonna look into that. This is my Arsenal SGL, as you guys know. I'm thinking about getting a muzzle brake right here for this rifle as well, and has much bigger threads. I think they're like 24 right or something, but you know, if you guys have any really good recommendations, I'm definitely open to that. I'm probably gonna check out K-VAR's website.